This podcast is for entertainment purposes only and does not substitute for professional medical advice. Please seek a medical professional or healthcare provider if you're seeking any medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Thanks, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Guys, this is episode 13. Julie just told me that. I know.
How did we get to episode 13 already?
I don't know.
Dude, time is flying and we're still loving it.
I know. I'm still loving it. I love how I get to just meet with you and talk to you. Honestly, not that medicine can be a little bit overwhelming sometimes, but I think it's just, like the environment of it. It's like hectic all the time, ton of patients, no time at all to like just, like take in a deep breath.
Yeah.
So this is giving me like a new like via for medicine. So it's been super nice.
Yeah. And you're just able to like chill with it, like you said. It's not something that's like go.
Exactly. And it's nice to just like converse about it. But anyways, guys, we are two hot messes this morning.
Oh yeah. First day of school here on this recording day.
Julie has already seen me cry multiple times.
It's Evie's real first day of school.
This is like my first.
Yeah. This first time.
I don't know how parents do this every year.
This first time your little girl is dropped off at a school, and going through the thing.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. I wanted to videotape like walking her to school, and I like totally forgot that.
There's just too much.
I just wanted to take in the moment.
Yeah.
You
did it right though.
I know, but I did like I took like cute little videos of her and stuff like that.
And you took photos?
I did. I took a lot of photos.
Yeah.
Oh my God, but I just want to barf right now. I'm still so nervous. I'm just thinking about her.
She's going to do fine. She's going to love it. She's going to make new friends.
She actually did really good. She sat down next to a little boy and started playing with him. And I was like, I don't even know where she learned that. Probably like Coco Melon.
Yeah, that's it. Probably.
She said that's what they do. She's like, oh, I think the chair is supposed to be, I have to sit in the chair and play with this little kid.
Well, hey, they learn a lot from all those videos. MR, like my kiddo now says like, what the heck? And all these bunch of random things that we don't say. And it's like, it's got to be YouTube or whatever. It has to be. So, but
anyways,
you're going to be fine. She's going to be fine.
I don't even know. I feel like I've had coffee. I'm having a Celsius right now. My adrenaline is at an all-time high. I have to go see patients later. Lord Jesus.
No. I'm glad that you didn't do that earlier because there's no way you could have done that before.
No, yeah, I couldn't.
No.
I don't even know how I'm going to do it tomorrow because tomorrow's like for real. Today was like pictures and all that stuff. Tomorrow, she knows. Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, I remember this place.
Oh my God.
My mom left me here.
She's going to be fine.
I know. I'm hoping that she loves her teachers.
Yeah. And then when she sees that she goes to the playground and she's playing with other kiddos and she's having a good time doing it, then she'll be like, oh, okay, I know this place,
Yes. Okay. Well, back to funny medicine. We're just here like venting about all my feelings. And MR, he looks so cute. Oh, and happy birthday, MR. He turns 5 today.
I know.
Your baby.
My little man.
He's not a baby anymore.
No. Oh, when he saw his best friend from last year and he went up to him and he hugged him.
Oh, stop it.
Like, so fucking precious. This was one of the times that I'm like, okay, let's move it along before I start bawling here. Just move along now.
Oh my God.
He's so cute.
Is his best friend also in the same class?
No.
He's in, okay.
Yeah, he's in another class with another teacher and the whole thing. But like, which is fine because then like that
fine. He has
so little
so many friends now.
And he's so social. He'll be fine.
He's a little social butterfly.
Exactly.
Not like you.
Negative. He got that from
Julie's
his dad.
social. I don't want to say that she's not social. She's just
but I'm select.
Not like MR.
Selective social.
MR can possibly talk to a wall.
Like his father.
Yeah, like his dad. Exactly.
Just like his father. Exactly. So it makes total sense,
I could just imagine MR at his future events, and then you have to go and talk to everyone because you have to.
I already do it for school and for his father, so it's just my life now. This is just my life, but it's a good thing, and in essence, like the extrovert with the introvert, because then I just throw Mario into the situation, and I'm just there like next
Mario,
to him, like,
go and be social.
I'm like, yeah, what he said. Yeah, I agree with what he said. Yeah, whatever he said. Yeah, and I just smile and wave, and I don't have to do those.
Smile and wave.
Exactly. So if he wants to put me in that situation, and I'm talking about he, like my kiddo, I'll do the same thing. Yeah, what my kid said. Yeah.
I'm like so nervous all the time. Literally, people are talking to me, and I'm just looking at them, nodding, and I'm actually not listening.
No, but you're super social.
When I want to be.
Yeah. That's true. That's
Most
true.
of the time, I want to be by myself.
Hi, girl. Well, we're all burned out and tired and with too many things in our heads, so that's why. Like today.
Yeah. No, but today I'm so happy. It was so hectic for all parents that no parent wanted to socialize with each other.
Of course not. Nobody's thinking
and I was
about
great.
that.
I was like, great, awesome.
Yeah, that will probably happen like in those little get-togethers with like, I don't know, little Halloween, like probably Halloween now. It'll probably be a little Halloween party and then Christmas party.
Great.
And, all those little thingies. That's when those things happen. But
how am I going to balance that with work? I don't know. I'll figure it out then. We'll see.
You'll see, and you make it to what you can make it.
Exactly.
And that's it. And then if not, Dad's going to have to take that one.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway. Right. So, episode 13 today is aspartame.
Aspartame. This is actually a pretty interesting subject.
Well, you all voted for it, so here it is.
Yeah. I definitely like this vote better than the blood.
Yeah. This one makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was the blood one was also my fault. I put it out there to the universe, and then, what was I expecting? I put it out there and they voted for it, whatever. But aspartame, I just kept on seeing like a lot of things in the news about it.
Yeah.
It's like a trending topic now too. And I'm like, man, what the heck is going on? And then everything that I would click on all these articles, there's like pretty crazy stuff that's coming up.
Yeah.
So you guys wanted to hear about it too, just as much as we wanted to take a dive into it. So
yeah.
All right, here we go. So what's aspartame?
It's basically a non-sugar sweetener that's usually either 0 calorie or low calorie or something like that. And it's basically used as a dietary additive.
Right.
Basically to sweeten stuff up without having the calories. So,
exactly. So that's
very,
why,
very, very popular.
That's why it's like in all those like diet drinks and whatever, like Diet
Coke, Coke Zero, all those things. Yes, it's 0 calories, but if you look at the little ingredients, it does say aspartame.
Yeah.
So it's been, there's so many things. There's sucralose, which is like Splenda. It's also like NutraSweet. There's aspartame. Stevia has been a huge wave the last few years.
Big time. Because it's like supposedly the more natural one.
The plant-based one. Yeah.
Versus aspartame, that's like just chemical.
Yeah. It's basically, it's chemical.
Okay.
So, I don't like chemical.
Well, I mean,
but I don't. It is. It's not
Terms,
natural. It's not a natural substance like sugar.
Yeah, lab created. I guess.
Yeah, it's lab created.
There we are.
I like that. Created in a lab.
There you go.
So, but there's been so much drama about aspartame. But this always happens. Have you noticed that this happens? Like something new comes out.
Yeah.
People are like, what is this? And then they ride this wave. Oh, it's like
the best thing
ever. The best thing ever. And then years go by. People start reporting symptoms. There's more studies. And now everyone is like, hell no to aspartame.
Exactly.
Literally with everything. Cigarettes, like everything. Vaping.
Right. Yeah, that's
People
another one.
People used to recommend vaping to
Exactly.
stop cigarettes. And now it's pretty much
worse.
Exactly.
I know, which is crazy going off in that tangent, which we should probably do an episode on vaping. Maybe that would be a good one, like nicotine and vaping or whatever. But I remember Mario had done it because Mario likes, smoking cigars and whatever. And back then when I met him like 15 years ago, he actually was smoking cigarettes. He did it for like a short stint, but he got like really into them, and then he like cut it cold turkey. Once he was realizing that it was like becoming like an addictive thing, he's like, no.
Like a fiend.
Exactly. So he cut it off, thank God, because I freaking hate cigarettes. Like I just hate the taste of it and the smell. Like it's just different from like a cigar. Like it's just different. But anyway, and then not recently, but back when we were in San Antonio, and like I think it was after COVID when things were kind of like normalizing a little bit, but like stress was like really high because we're back from COVID, so everything's like up in the air, as you very well know how that transitioned. He was like, you know, let me try vaping. And then he was really into it, and he would do it like pretty much like on his drive home from work, from residency or whatever. And it got to the point, again, like too addicting. And it was, he said, at least he says now, that he feels like it was more addicting than cigarettes. Yeah. So he cut it. He's like, I don't like that. That scared me. And then to the point that he also would notice that he would wake up in the mornings with a lot of coughing. And he's like, absolutely not. It ends now. So he hasn't touched it again. Which I'm
so happy that he had the realization.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't
Because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, coughing. And they probably know.
But they kind of are in denial.
But they're probably like in denial.
Yeah. So, yeah. But anyway, going back to aspartame.
Yeah.
It's like you said, it's been around for a while. Since I have here written, and I saw it somewhere,
like
that it's since the early 80s.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, been used everywhere, even in foods.
Yeah.
You know, it's not only drinks, it's also in foods.
Yeah. And I think another good thing about it is that it was readily available.
Right.
They came in like little packets. You know what I mean? So it was very convenient for people to put it in their purse or in their bag or in their pocket or something like that.
Yeah.
And then just take it on the go, which this just reminds me of my grandmother. My grandmother, just a little tangent, a little story. She used to, like, we would go out to restaurants and she would secretly reach up onto the table, grab all the little sugar packets and put it in her purse. And I was like, I would look at her and I'm like, Abuela, what are you doing?
Like, we don't need to do that.
We don't need to do that. We have a ton of Splenda back home. By the way, guys, if you hear some squeaking, it's the dogs.
and they're outside because we're recording in my bedroom once again today. But still, it's, you know, can't get rid of them. Can't get rid of the squeaking. But
it's not Chip and Dale back there.
No. It's a squeak toy with my puppy.
But anyways, yeah, my grandma used to. And like, it was so funny because she would like put her glasses down and she would like scan the room.
Like try to be slick.
Exactly, like slick. And then make sure no one's looking at her. And then she'd look at me. And I'd look at her, and I'm like, and I already know what she was doing.
She looks at me, and I look at him. Like the TikTok.
That's exactly it. And I would tell her, I was like, Abuela, you don't need to do that. We have Splenda at home. And she was like, she would just look at me and say, cállate. Which is, shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah. And I had to respect her.
Of course, she's your grandmother.
So I would, roll my eyes. I would shut up. I would roll my eyes and I would be super embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because I was waiting for the moment that someone would look at me and
it's not
look at her.
I mean, it's not like they're going to tell her, hey, ma'am,
of course they're not going to say anything, but they're going to look at me.
Of course. They're still going to be like, why?
Yeah. And she would, and it would like, and maybe if you told me she just did it in a second, you know?
Right.
No, she was so slow.
She was trying to be slick.
She was trying to be slick. And I was just telling her, like, if you're going to take the damn Splenda,
just fucking do it
already. Stick it in your purse. I swear if I was to flip her purse over, she would have packets and packets and packets and packets of Sweet and Low, Splenda, sugar packets,
whatever.
Like, and then back there, she would probably have her metformin, her diabetic pills fall out after too. But anyways, so yeah, so back to what I was saying.
Dude, but also I will go on my own tangent too. It's not it's sugar, but it's not the little packets. Dude, my mom, it was probably 5 years into Mario and I dating, and we would go to the other coast to vacation for a week or whatever. And one of these days, we went out for dinner one night. And when we're checking out, we're leaving, right? Well, we paid, whatever, we're leaving. We're waiting for my dad to come back from the bathroom, and we're right in the front. You know that there's like sometimes like mints and whatever.
Yeah.
So this restaurant was like a seafood restaurant. It had like this giant clam, whatever, like very touristy thing, right? giant clam with full of mints. And they happen to be my mom's favorite freaking mints. And Mario and I and my mom were just there waiting for my dad. And my mom literally opens her purse and starts shoving in her purse mint. And Mario got so embarrassed that he's like, Male, Male, which is short for my mom's name. Male, no, but I'm out. And he walked out. He walked out of the restaurant so embarrassed. And he was cracking up outside, and my mom was dying
Did anyone
laughing.
see you guys?
I don't know, because we all
Probably.
started laughing hysterically. Like, and we still bring it up to this day because Mario lost it. But that's shit
I can imagine your mom just, oh, I love these.
and just like without a thought, in no second thought, nothing, just like automatic. And Mario's like, oh my god.
Dude, me and Mario are the same person.
The same.
We're the same person.
same.
I would have been so embarrassed. I'd be like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
I was just like, I'm so used to it with my mom that I was just like, okay, whatever, do your thing, girl, like pretty much. But I was dying laughing at Mario. Mario was just like beyond himself. He walked out. And
I would have walked out with him.
Oh my god. So we still bring it up to this day, and that reminded me, like your grandma's story reminded me, dude, that's what Cuban parents do.
Yeah, it has to be like, it
grandparents,
has to be
like-
a ton of, I don't, yeah.
It's the immigrant thing, I guess. I don't know.
Exactly.
You know?
They take stuff.
It's just like,
I guess like in Cuba, that's what they had to do. They had to steal stuff to live.
if it's
so-
free, we gotta take it.
Yeah, if it's free, we got to take all of it.
You gotta take
all of it,
everything.
hoard it.
Exactly.
We never know when we're going to come across another sugar packet again.
God forbid there comes a day that you need sugar and there isn't sugar, and then she's like,
Oh, no, but it's happened to me.
that's why I'm saying.
Yeah.
And they
there were
will
plenty
not
of time
let
where
you
my
live
grandma
it
was
down.
like, "Quiero un paquetico de azúcar," and I'm like, "No, I don't need it, but thank you."
I know. But it, like, let's say you are looking for something. And like, for instance, me, like, oh man, I need a mint. Sí. Y lo que tú me dijiste.
Yeah.
So in other words, oh yeah.
Ay, tú no
And
querías.
what you
Menos
told
mal
me,
que no quería.
like, good thing that you didn't want any, and like the sarcasm, because it's pure sarcasm on our, from them all the time. So, but yeah. Okay, back to aspartame.
Yes. So
But-
I think it was also convenient for everyone to have the
Absolutely.
little packets.
Oh yeah.
So then
Even for
that's
restaurants.
it. Restaurants, exactly.
Super
It
convenient
was-
for them too, because it's even hygienic. It's just packets. Like, it's not like a big container that people are
Yeah.
just sharing from. Made all the sense in the world.
Yeah. And now, honestly, I mean, dude, there's sweeteners now like stevia or sucralose or aspartame that it comes in a texture
Oh yeah.
of sugar, because
Yes.
before it was just like more like little powdered crystals.
Yeah.
But now they comes textured, so it even feels
Right.
like you're having real sugar.
Right.
I've seen brown sugar. Okay. Yeah. So it's sucralose, but
Really?
in the form of
Like
like
a
a
brown
brown sugar.
I hadn't seen that one
So
yet.
that people can like sprinkle on top of baked goods, so that
Oh,
it feels
and
like
it
brown
looks
sugar,
like
and
it.
it looks like it too. It's insane.
Wow.
Maple syrup.
Oh yeah.
all
Well, a
those
bunch of maple syrups. That's
pancake
what I did
syrup.
see here. Yeah. That they have aspartame. Like, a bunch of them have aspartame. At least the diet ones, like the ones that say light or sugar free or whatever.
Yeah,
that's what they
exactly.
have.
Yep.
Crazy. Well, it is 200 times more sweet than real sugar.
Yeah, that's the other
So
thing.
then
It's
that's
like
the other thing, like-
amount. So people think
Yeah.
that they're like using less,
Yeah.
but it's more.
Exactly. Well, it's sweeter.
Freaking
And then
Americans.
I know. And
More is more.
Exactly. And then that's the other thing too. It's like cost convenient for restaurants and for big manufacturing, like all these drinks and all these things, to use it, because it's 200 times sweeter than sugar.
Yep.
So you're using a lot less of that item.
Less of it, cheaper, a lot more popular, because you can advertise it as
sugar-free.
as guilt-free.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. It just made all the sense in the world. Marketing wise, brilliant.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I know.
Absolutely.
That Viagra was brilliant. What was the other one? Botox was
Botox.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Freaking sugar now is brilliant.
Yeah,
All these
everything.
things.
Everything.
Julie, When are we gonna come up with
I
something?
know. We need somebody with that brilliance to market us here now.
Yeah, exactly. We've come up with a couple things here.
A couple of things.
Our brilliant one is
Which one?
we need to sell our packets of hangover remedy.
Yes.
That's one of them.
Yes. You're
No one
absolutely
better steal
right.
that. And we came up with another one. We came up with another one not that long ago.
Stay tuned for that one.
Yeah.
It'll come up to me like at 3 a.m. I'll wake up like, that's what it was.
Damn it. We've said a couple of things here that I'm like,
we gotta write that down.
Write that down.
Okay,
yeah.
we gotta do a shared note of that, like those ideas. But anyways, back to this. Mm-hmm. So it may be part of 6,000 food products sold worldwide, according to the Calorie Control Council.
Calorie Control Council.
I didn't even know that existed until I found that.
I'm Googling that right now.
Go
Who
ahead.
the hell is the Calorie Control Council?
Girl, you know there's like a council or
For
an association
everything.
or department for everything and anything.
What?
Yeah, Calorie Control Council.
Let me see this. Hold on a second.
And this is like worldwide.
No, this is actually legit.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
they have like actually like as you log on, their first thing is aspartame.
Oh yeah, well, I mean it's like a hot topic right now. That's why everybody's looking at it up at CNN,
Wow,
NBC
like,
News.
literally one of the first articles is about the aspartame safety and stuff like that.
Right, which we're gonna get to now. But yeah, they said that it's part of 6,000 food products sold worldwide. So it's not only in the States, us Americans being greedy or whatever. It's a worldwide thing. And like we had mentioned, it's in Diet Coke, Mountain Dew zero sugar, Pepsi zero sugar. All of the zero sugars that you see out there of these big like companies, big sodas, they pretty much have it.
Oh my God, how funny. The Calorie Control Council, established in 1966, is an international association representing the low and reduced calorie food and beverage industry.
I'm telling you.
Girl, I've never heard of this in my life.
Neither.
How has this not been?
And neither did I until I started doing the research here. That's
What
why I
is
included
this?
it.
Calorie
They're like a
Control
big deal.
Council.
Yeah, they're
They
like
have and they are pretty big.
Yeah.
Like healthy eating, exercising, managing diabetes,
Uh-huh.
sweeteners and the microbiome, sweet taste preference, sweeteners and pregnancy. Oh my God, they just have everything.
Yep.
Interesting. Oh, facts and myths. Hold on a second. I wanna.
Now you're intrigued.
Now I'm intrigued. Oh my God. Diet sodas. Diet soda causing weight gain.
Right.
The myth of low calorie. Metabolic syndrome. Decreased satiety. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna do some. This is good reading material here. I'm literally reading these show notes and I'm like, Calorie Control Council? Who the hell are these people? Are they like, do they have coffee and it's all just like sweet and low?
Probably.
What happens if someone enters and like they see them pouring sugar in their coffee? Are you going to be that person?
I don't think sugar is going to be allowed in that lunchroom,
Exactly.
right?
In that,
Like-
at all, in that building. They're probably like, get the fuck out of here with your sugar. GTFO. What are you doing? Trying to sabotage the Calorie Control Council? Treason! This is what I'm imagining. Can you imagine? Someone's probably pouring sugar into their coffee in the bathroom because they don't want anyone to God forbid.
It's like back then when people would sneak into the bathroom with their cigarettes.
Yeah. These people, these are the people with the paqueticos, with the little sugar packets. Those are the ones that it's like, where are you going?
my God.
Nowhere. I'm just going to the bathroom with your coffee. Yeah, with my coffee.
I don't
Leave me
trust
alone.
anyone around with it.
Yeah.
To
And
leave
then
it
they're
alone.
Like, or they're like in the corner putting a little sugar, brown
Watch
sugar.
them doing lines.
Yeah.
Sugar.
Oh, sugar.
What?
I'm literally blown away by this Calorie Control Council
I can't
thing.
make this shit up.
Where are they located?
Girl, if it's part of the notes, I looked it up.
No, I know. This is like I'm floored right now.
It's international, so I don't know, probably somewhere fancy like Geneva or some shit like that.
Even the website comes in French, in French, in French and in Spanish.
Of course, they're worldwide. Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. I can't with this place. I cannot believe that this is a legit thing. Okay, well, all right. I literally learn something new every single time we're doing these episodes.
You see? We're teaching you guys out there, the listeners, some good stuff, and then we're just teaching each other some new stuff every day.
Now I'm just gonna be like, but is that approved by the Calorie Control Council? with myself.
This,
but is it CCC approved?
Exactly.
Hashtag CCC. If it ain't approved by them.
I would have never thought that this would have gotten you as much as it's gotten you right now.
Yeah, it like really riled me up.
You're so mind blown by this.
No, I want everyone to comment and tell me if they knew about the Calorie Control Council.
Yes, let's do it, and I'll also poll it. How many of you knew
I
about
wish
this?
I would have taped my face as I was reading that. Again, I was like, Calorie Control.
I would have never thought that would have like, even I would have been like, well, maybe she wouldn't know about it, and she'll just be like, oh yeah, whatever. But the fact of how it's grasped you,
I have a lot of scenarios going in my brain.
There's so much about it. Like, your mind has been so epically blown right now by it. I'm like, I would have never thought. But anyway,
I'm gonna send them a pack of sugar. I'm gonna package them.
They'll call you a terrorist.
No, yeah, exactly. She's trying to sabotage it. You're not gonna find me the next day. They're gonna stick me in some, I don't know, some like interventional program or something.
Exactly. Anyways,
okay.
So, what's more, the low-calorie sweetener is found in sugar-free salad dressings, sugar-free coca mixes, instant gelatin, like, those sugar-free, like, Jell-O ones.
Honestly, I talk a lot of shit about the CCC, but to be honest, I buy all these products.
We're going back to the CCC.
Well, no, not the CCC technically.
What is it?
But, like, no, I buy, like, all these things, like the sugar-free salad dressings.
Low-calorie ice cream.
Yeah.
It's an ice cream.
Halo?
It's probably not in Halo, though, because Halo's like...
Isn't Halo sugar-free?
Yeah, but they probably have something else. For instance, Celsius doesn't have aspartame.
No,
Celsius has something else. I think it's sucralose.
I think it might be sucralose.
So that might be Halo.
We're currently
too.
having a Celsius.
Yeah, guys. That's what we're drinking today.
What did you guys think we were having? Duh.
We'll probably switch over to mimosas for the following one, but I'm pretty
sucralose.
sure
It's sucralose.
that's it. Because I remember writing these notes. I'm like feeling guilty because I'm then looking. I did one of the TikToks, and she looks at me, and I look at it, and because I was like looking at Celsius, like, oh shit, I'm writing all this stuff down, and here I am.
Honestly, I think, again, everything that we say, everything in moderation, but I can't say that about everything. But we'll talk about sucralose in a second.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's also found in medicines.
Yeah.
The sugar-free, also in sugar-free chewing gum, toothpaste. I didn't know that one. Yeah. I was like, oh, that makes sense, though. Diet drinks, as we mentioned, but medicines, I didn't think of that either. Because people are like, oh, well, then just don't buy anything that's like diet or 0 calorie or whatever. But I'm like, then you also have to look at your medicines because they contain like all these kids medications that are really sweet, all the gummies, all that stuff.
I'm thinking because there's a lot of kids, I don't know of adults, but at least in my world, there's a lot of kids that are on ketogenic diets because of seizures.
Oh, okay.
So ketogenic diets have been associated with better control of seizures.
And explain what's ketogenic.
So basically keto, like the keto diet. So like zero, like very, very, very low calorie.
Okay.
Very low calorie and high fats.
Okay. So like low carb,
exactly, low carb, exactly. Yeah, I shouldn't say low calorie. I misspoke. It's low carb.
Got it.
So
okay.
Yeah, so basically there has been, especially kids that have a lot of seizures that's very difficult to control. It has been shown that when they're placed on this diet, that it does help seizures. Which is very interesting.
That's so interesting.
We can probably do an episode on that.
I want to because I want to look that up. Like, how does that even...
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. I didn't know about that until I did residency in peds. So I was never taught that as a medical student.
I had no idea. I wonder if Mario knows about that. But yeah, I got to talk to him about that.
So a lot of kids that, well, I don't know about adults, but a lot of kids that I've taken care of, if they have really bad poor seizure control and they're on a ton of medicines and stuff like that, they usually combine it with a ketogenic diet, and most of the time it does help. Sometimes it doesn't, but it does help.
Okay.
So
I mean, and that's pretty awesome. The fact that you could manipulate diet to help you in that.
And a lot of these kids, they're on a lot of medicines.
Yeah.
So when I would admit these kids and start them on medicines, I had to make sure that pharmacy knew that none of these meds couldn't have sugar in it because of the carbs. So it had to be, everything was sugar free because of the specific diet that they were on.
Interesting.
So I'm wondering, now that you're saying it's even in medicines, I mean, this could potentially be one of those situations.
Exactly. I mean, it would make a lot of sense,
Yeah.
So not talking about like why it's trending, why we keep seeing it like in the news and all this bunch of stuff. At least I have, like, even on Instagram, on TikTok, like all these, like when things blow up in social media like that. And people are saying that it's dangerous now and all that stuff. So
long-term studies are starting to come out.
Exactly.
But still, we don't have a lot of information just yet.
Right.
So it's like things that are starting to come out right now. And it definitely raises the question of, not raises the question, it raises a flag like we definitely need more studies.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So that's pretty much what the WHO said, the WHO. I'm just going to call them WHO for now on going forward. But in 2023, for the first time, the WHO's International Agency for Research on Cancer, so IARC, announced that aspartame should be categorized as possibly carcinogenic to humans due to a potential link to liver cancer.
Yeah.
So that's pretty serious.
Cellular cancer, yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty serious. They're not saying that it's for certain, but it's like Evie said, potential for more study.
Yeah, exactly. So the problem with these kind of studies is that, first of all, a lot of things can cause liver cancer.
Exactly.
And the one that they were being a little bit more specific about was hepatocellular cancer.
Okay.
There's so many things that can cause hepatocellular cancer. So they were saying now our future studies need to compare, well, if you compare this, right? So specifically aspartame, okay, to, I don't know, I'm literally just throwing out a random example, pollution, okay? Is there a difference between that and that? Okay. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I think that's where future studies need to go. It's like, does this have just as much potential of causing cancer as things that we know for sure that will cause this kind of cancer?
Right.
So, and we don't have that information just yet. So technically, even though there is this whole entire buzz about it potentially being a carcinogenic, which is basically something that can potentially cause cancer in someone. Right. And it's not just liver cancer. It's like it's associated to leukemias and lymphomas and stuff like that, which is super scary. Right? Yeah. Like, why would I ever want anything that could even potentially raise the risk of that? But we don't know that just yet.
Exactly. Yeah.
I kind of like to use... Actually, I'm not going to use that example because I don't want to stir the pot. So I was about to say something about the COVID vaccine. And I'm like, let me not stir that pot.
That's a big pot
and that's
to stir.
A pot. That's, that's something I want to flush down the toilet.
Okay? Exactly.
So I'm not even going to bring it up. But there's a lot of examples out there of things that we don't know. Right. We just don't have enough studies on it yet.
Exactly.
So I think the WHO is... Which, honestly, when I read their, like, official blurb about it, they're like, it is considered, I think, a category 2B or something like that out of 4 total or something.
Right. That is what I saw. Exactly.
Yeah. A category 2B, which basically says that, is it not safe? No, they can't say that it's not safe. It's still right now in the recommended dose. Yeah. It is still safe. However, that needs to be more studies done to see like the potential of it being a carcinogen.
They've kept themselves in a pretty good gray.
Very Switzerland.
Yeah, in a very good gray area, which is concerning because when things like this come out, at least for me,
you want them to tell you like, no, it's fine.
Exactly. So when they're in the gray, it's like, what do they know that they're still like tinkering with type of thing? At least that's me. But yeah, that's what they said. And then according to the Lancet Oncology, placed aspartame in the same category as red meat and extremely hot drinks over 149 degrees Fahrenheit.
Who drinks that?
That's why I put it there. Because I'm like, what? Like, who said that is like an appropriate analogy?
What?
Like, I don't...
That would burn me to death.
I know. But apparently people are guzzling down like boiling water.
What?
I swear to God,
Those are the people that are like fire breathers. Exactly. Is that what it's called?
I guess
fire breath.
Dragons.
Yeah. Dragons.
I don't know, but I swear to God, I copied and pasted that, and it's from the Lancet.
And excuse me, I have a problem with this sentence. Red meat. I'm a carnivore.
Yeah, me too. But you know how they always say, like, red meat is not as healthy. Like, you should only eat it, like, once, I don't know, the fuck.
I'm down for a churrasco any day. I can freaking have that every day of my life.
I know.
It's a problem. I know. But whatever.
I know. But yeah, and then meaning that the science was not as conclusive, again, in the gray area, as it is for benzene, asbestos. So all these things that are very much well known as carcinogens, you know, air pollution, like you had mentioned.
Dude, we can do so many episodes on all these things. Asbestos is a huge one.
A big time. So yeah, and then what else here? Okay, so then about the other cancers that you had talked about, observational studies in humans, which cannot show a direct cause and effect, saw an association between aspartame and liver, breast, lymphoma, as well as impact on type 2 diabetes. But more research needs to be conducted. Yeah, so it's like...
And these are, you know, these research people, you know what research is because you've done it. I know what research is because literally my whole entire life is based off recommendations off of research. Yeah. I literally, part of just going to medical school was just learning about the different research modalities. And I hate anything that has to do with statistics. Why? I hate stats so much. And I was forced to learn it. Because I hated it so much. But we have to, it's part of our education because we need to understand research papers. Because someone can tell you, well, there was a study, and the first thing I'm going to tell you is, all right, well, tell me more about that study. Right. Like, what was the sample size? What kind of research was it? Yeah. Like, was it a survey type of research? Right. Was it a blinded? Like, was it double blinded? You know,
was it retroactive?
No, retrospective.
Retrospective
study.
Retroactive.
Oh my God, you see, you're like bringing me back to all these like research things. So
yeah. There's so many ways to conduct research that you can't just say, oh, according to this research, like you need to prescribe me such thing. Yeah, no, there's a lot to it.
Yeah, there's a lot to it, and it's not just like. And some of these research, remember, like the more validity the more validity you want in a study, the more time you're going to have to spend with it. Like, the more detailed you're going to have to be. Oh, and do you remember IRBs?
No.
So, to do research, you had to do through the IRB.
Oh, yes.
And you had to get approved for an IRB. Oh my God. You cannot do anything. Now.
I think I repressed it, yeah.
Yeah. It's a huge deal. So, when people say that there's research being done, it's a lot of work that goes into it.
Oh, yeah. And that's why it takes years.
It takes years. Exactly. It takes months just to get approved.
Yeah.
And anyone that is part of the research study has to sign off.
Yep.
That you are part of the research study.
It takes a lot of checks and balances for everything.
A lot.
Yep. Absolutely. And it makes sense. And you want it to be like that because you don't want to base off all these things. Like you, for instance, you base off your treatment on a lot of studies, you know, and a lot of research and all that stuff out there. So you need to make sure that everything is done accordingly and correctly. And it's not like bullshit.
Sometimes
I'll get manipulated studies or whatever.
It's so funny. Sometimes I'll get parents and they're like, what kind of shots are you going to do? What?
Oh my God. No. You as a pediatrician, oh my God, that's got to be the worst.
What kind of shots are you going to do? And I'm like, I'm going to do the shots that are recommended by the CDC. Well, that's not recommended in my country. Yes, but because the diseases in your country are different prevalence than they are here in the United States. You probably came from a third world country. Well, people don't understand that. They're like, well, why are you giving them this vaccine if in my country they don't give it until this? And then I'm like, I understand. But it's probably more prevalent here and not as over there. Same way as you give shots that are way earlier than the ones that we give here. Yeah. You know? And oh my God, it's literally, they think that I'm like trying to like... And I literally just tell them, like, I don't follow anything because there's parents out there that are like, can we space it out? And all these things. I'm like, sure. But I'm not going to give you anything that is not recommended. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. No, and it's also to protect yourself. Like, then, God forbid.
Oh, girl, we can have a whole episode on vaccines.
Oh yeah, no, that's a hot topic.
That is a hot topic.
That is a very hot topic, and that definitely, maybe even 2 episodes could come out of that because it's
very, very, very heavy.
It's a lot. Yeah, like it's a lot. There's so many vaccines, and then all the things about vaccines,
the social aspect to it.
There's a lot. Woo. Anyway, but yeah, so. That's why, like, it's important for all these things to be conducted well, like triple checked by all these people and whatever and all that stuff. Totally. So then the other thing that I found interesting when I kept on reading about it was about formaldehyde, and then how it's like metabolized in the system, in essence. So then like, okay, I'll just read it verbatim. One reason for concern is that the methyl group added to reduce bitterness is partially converted into formaldehyde, a chemical that can be toxic in high doses. As you all know, you know what formaldehyde is. When metabolized by the body, drinking 1 liter of diet soda, anyway, with 600 milligrams of aspartame will be converted into 60 milligrams of formaldehyde, according to
but Jules,
a 2021.
there's people that drink a liter.
You're right, yeah.
There's people that they wake up
Jesus
with a soda.
That's rough.
But they do it.
Yeah, I know.
And they're just used to it.
They're just used to it, yeah. Because I read it and I'm like,
it's like people that smoke.
Yeah, that they smoke like a pack a day or some shit like that. Yeah, you're right. I'm just like, when I read that, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
like,
mind blown, just like the CCC.
Exactly. Exactly. That was me when I was like typing that up. I'm like, who the hell? But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, anyway, so talking about regulation and everything being triple checked and whatnot, we do regulate it here in the States.
Yeah.
Obviously by the FDA, because that's who regulates everything. These products must be tested for safety and approved by the FDA before they could be used. And they also set acceptable daily intake for it, which this is where I feel like the WHO kind of like shifts a little bit of blame to each other. I feel like they're playing like tennis or like ping pong with this, because the FDA has set an ADI, which is the acceptable daily intake for aspartame, at 50 milligrams per kilogram of body weight per day. However, the Expert Committee on Food Additives, a joint advisory committee of the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations and the World Health Organization, concluded in 2013 there is no convincing evidence from experimental animal-human studies that aspartame has adverse effects after ingestion, as long as the levels are within the acceptable daily intake of 40 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. So the FDA is saying, okay, we allow it for 50 milligrams per day.
Yeah.
And then the WHO and all these people internationally are saying 40.
Yeah.
So then that's where
which is kind of weird because, okay, like I'm in peds, so literally this is my world, the per kilo per day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there should be a maximum.
Yeah, and that's what they're saying. Like the FDA says max 50, and then the WHO is saying max 40.
No, so they're saying max 50 per kilo per day.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But your kilos are different than my kilos.
100%.
You know, like a person that's 100 pounds, right? Or like give or take 50 kilos is very different from someone that's 300 pounds, which is like 150 kilos.
Absolutely.
Give or take, right? So it's like there should be a max.
Yeah.
So let's just say 50 per kilo per day. 1 kilo, so that's 50, right? But what happens if the person is 3 kilos, right? And I'm literally just making numbers as simple as possible. There's obviously not, that's like a baby, right?
Yeah.
So, but where is like, what is the total maximum milligram per day?
Like no matter the weight.
No matter the weight.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. And they
because it's like a dose for a kid, right? So
Right.
like a dose of amoxicillin is 90 per kilo per day, but a max of 500.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter how many kilos you are, you're always going to max out at 500.
Understood. Yeah. And I didn't see that anywhere. The only two
I only saw this. This is what I saw too.
So that's why like I feel like they're using that with that gray area, and they're kind of like pointing fingers at each other here.
Yeah, I know. But then I was like, well, you know what? Like just casually, I was like looking at how many milligrams of aspartame is in a can of Coke or whatever. And I read here 87. So you would have to drink a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of that to get past what they're recommending.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, if you do that like every day, like what we were just talking about, like these people that they probably drink a liter of something like this like every freaking day,
which is not good for you. Period.
Absolutely not.
Period.
Even besides that.
Yeah, forget the aspartame.
Even besides that,
there's an addiction here. We need to.
There's a bigger problem.
There's a bigger problem here that we need to address.
Oh God. All right. So then, well, it said it right here. To help put these levels in perspective, the FDA estimates that a person weighing 60 kilograms, let's say, would have to consume about 75 packets of aspartame in a day to reach the upper end of the ADI of 50 mgs a day. 75 packets.
Do you know how many paqueticos my grandma needs to steal to get there? That's a lot.
It's the whole clamshell.
That's a lot of nervousness of me sitting at restaurants looking around to see if anyone's going to catch us stealing.
All the tables.
That's all the tables.
All the tables.
My grandma's going to have to grab all just bounce from table to table. That's a lot.
Oh my God. Okay, and then putting in, like you had looked at the cans. Similarly, a person weighing 70 kilograms would have to consume at least 9 to 14 cans of diet soda per day, depending on the level of aspartame in each can, to exceed the 40 mgs.
You know what's crazy is that, like, I look at these numbers and this is, in my mind, I'm like, this is impossible. Like, no, people are not going to exceed this.
Girl, I've seen some episodes on TLC.
TLC.
Like my 1,000 pound life or something like that, like those crazy shows.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, my mind is blown with those shows. I'm like, and it's exactly that. Now, when you said the whole leader thing, then my mind started going through the back files of it. And then I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I remember that episode actually of my 600 pound life or whatever the hell it's called. And it's, yeah, like liters of soda. And liters of soda and just not just one, like, how I don't know. You know, and again, there's a bigger problem.
Addiction. Exactly.
There's a bigger problem.
That's a bigger problem.
There's but it's, I guess. And maybe 9 to 14 cans sounds like a lot to us, but maybe for some people that's a Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. Tuesday.
It's just a Tuesday. I don't know.
It's so true.
But yeah, anyways, so can aspartame be avoided? To a certain extent,
you can avoid it.
Yeah, unless, like you had talked about, if it's in a medication that you need.
Yeah.
Because you have. So yeah, it
but
can.
Even then,
but if
there's
an
medications that are like dye free,
exactly,
preservative free, and all these things, trust me, we can most likely avoid aspartame.
Yeah,
because it's an additive,
right?
Right. It's to make something taste better.
Right.
There's no like benefit, you know,
right,
to it. So I'm pretty sure you can avoid aspartame if you really wanted to.
Exactly. Yeah, and then a lot of these new sodas, like for instance Celsius, they're not, you know, they don't have aspartame. They have other forms of additives to it, like in this case sucralose, and then I know that there's a bunch of other ones, but the first one that comes into my mind is sucralose.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's other ways of, if you don't want aspartame, particularly that one, then there's other ones.
There's other ones. However, now that you're like jumping into that, and I don't even know if we're running out of time. Oh, we're not running out of time.
We're good.
But you know, sucralose, which is what we most likely know as Splenda, or NutraSweet. I think that's like the other popular one.
I think so, yeah.
But there's a ton of studies coming out now on sucralose, which I'll have Julie link into our show notes. Yeah. That there's associations of sucralose being converted in our bodies into something that can damage our DNA.
That's serious.
Yep. And then cause something called leaky gut syndrome. So basically leading to symptoms of nausea, bloating, diarrhea, a lot of really bad GI pains, abdominal pains and stuff like that. And those are just like beginning studies.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I have stevia. Like now, we got rid of Splenda at my house. Dude, at my house, it's like a whole saga at my house with all the different sugars that we've had and non-sugar sweeteners. But like at my house, we started off growing up white sugar, like our regular table sugar.
Yeah.
Right? And then we decided to be quote unquote healthier. So we switched over to brown sugar. It took forever for us to change over to brown sugar. Okay? Forever. Then my dad unfortunately got diagnosed with diabetes. Right? So then he started having Splenda. So we switched everything over to Splenda. My mom hated the taste of Splenda, so she always stuck to the brown sugar. So we always had a little bit of brown sugar at the house. Right. But for the most part, our house was like Splenda. Then I started reading bad things about Splenda, so then we all switched over to stevia. So now we're on stevia, and I'm constantly looking at things, and yes, there's always going to be something like bad or something like that. But for right now, we're on stevia until I read something and then I'll probably switch over to monk fruit.
Oh God, yeah, that is a new one.
Yeah, monk fruit is another big one.
I've been seeing that one lately. And that's the thing with these studies. And now it started with aspartame.
Yeah.
And then now all these other ones are gonna now get looked at.
Yeah. Oh, which by the way, I you're right. Actually, after brown sugar was Sweet and Low.
Yes.
Which was the pink packet.
Yes, I remember that one.
Then we switched over to Splenda.
Yeah.
Then we're in stevia. Now stevia in the raw.
Yeah.
Stevia in the raw. Stevia in the raw. Oh, God. Which, by the way, it took me forever to get used to the stevia taste because it has that bitterness.
Yeah, I'm not into it, man.
I know. I got used to it, but
yeah, you get used to it.
You get used to it, but honestly, out of all of those, Splenda was the best.
Yeah,
like the taste.
And Splenda is what, sucralose?
Sucralose, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's
but
the
right
closest
now we're on
one.
Stevia.
I think like sucralose is like taste-wise closer to regular sugar than stevia.
It's definitely a lot sweeter.
Oh,
sure.
Oh,
but
for
it
sure.
doesn't have the stevia has that bitterness.
Yeah. There's something different about it. Yeah, I agree. But yeah. Anyways, so yes, it can be avoided like we had talked about, and it definitely should not be used by anyone with a genetic disorder called. Please say that name. I cannot for the life of me.
Oh, PKU, phenylketonuria.
That. I was going to just.
That's a very high tested board. Oh yeah, it's like a metabolic disorder. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The only thing that I am jealous of people with PKU is that they are able to eat all the fries in the world.
Really?
Yeah, because potatoes have low levels of what they can't be ingesting.
Oh.
They can't ingest a certain thing, like a certain. I'm gonna go into this long ass explanation, but they basically can't ingest certain foods because they can't metabolize it.
Okay.
But potatoes has less of it, so these people have a ton of fries all the time, and I'm like, I'm so jealous.
Fries.
I shouldn't say that. Like I'm thankful that I don't have this. However, I wish I could have all the fries.
Absolutely.
Or at least an excuse to have all the fries.
Freaking love French fries.
They're so good.
So damn good.
They're so good.
So good. But anyways, so yeah, these people that have PKU should definitely not,
well, yeah, it's actually written here. You're showing phenylalanine. Yeah.
Exactly. Should not have that, as well as people that have certain liver disorders, or pregnant people should not have high levels of it or whatnot. And it's so PKU is a genetic disorder.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's a metabolic disorder, yeah.
Got it. Okay, so that was aspartame, I guess. Anything else you wanted to add about it?
No, we talked about we touched on like all the different sweeteners and stuff. Aspartame is just the one that's like really big now because of all the things coming out and everything. Yeah, studies. Which conclusion? More studies need to be done.
Exactly. At the end of the day, there isn't nobody out there, at least right now. Yeah. Right now, today, August 21st, 2023. Nobody has literally said right now, yes, it causes liver cancer.
Yeah,
it causes this. They're like, maybe it does or maybe it doesn't. We don't know. We gotta keep.
Yeah, we have to keep investigating.
Exactly. So, yeah, me personally, it's a little worrisome that they even
are studying it.
Because if you're studying that, it's because of something, right? Yeah. You know, because something came up. You're not gonna be like, oh, it causes enlargement of your right foot. Like, what? You know, it has to be because of something. But yeah, let's keep an eye out for that one. I mean, it's really hot topic right now anyway.
We shall see.
But anyways, here you go.
I'll get back to you if the CCC says anything else about aspartame. You'll be the first to know. I can't believe it. I'm still in shock. Okay, I'm done.
Oh my God. But anyways, you guys wanted this aspartame, and here it is. And keep a lookout for us. Follow us on all the socials.
Oh, we're on Patreon.
And rate us. And yes, you will be seeing us on Patreon very, very soon. Woo. If you haven't seen us by now, by the time this episode comes out, we're not sure. We're trying to get everything rolling here. It's just us two. So, you know, we're trying.
Honestly, we're doing a great job.
I think so. And
we're like both like very busy people.
And we're both
we love this so much.
Love it.
So we're making time.
Even editing and doing all this stuff, I actually like it. I don't mind doing it. It takes me forever to do it. Like, it takes me a full freaking day to edit an episode.
Jules, you like design on Patreon. She designed like our whole entire little intro video. I was like, how do you do this?
Dude, it takes me like a full freaking day. And now
but it comes out so good.
Well, because
you have
I'm
a natural
anal about
talent.
it.
You have a
No,
natural
no,
talent.
but I'm just like really type A and anal about it. So that's why I'm just like, why is this?
Can you imagine if I had to do that? I would come and post a primer drafte that I would come up with and be like, it's good, right? Girl, I'd probably just be like, no, this is a piece of shit, but I'm still going to put it out there. At least I'm realistic with myself, but I would still probably put it out there just to make the time.
Oh my God. No,
the deadline.
Man. No, man. But we're testing out Patreon. We're in the growing pains of it right now. We're recording it with my phone.
Yes.
So you guys will see it, but it's funny. And we're going to keep those episodes being a little bit more salacious than our regular episodes.
Salacious? What does that mean?
Like,
I'm really bad at this.
Like,
vocab.
Like stuff that's like, you know, a little bit that could be a little R-rated.
Oh.
Medical terms.
Oh, okay.
Since, you know, it's a pay thing, like you know,
oh, yeah.
Only people that pay can see the Patreon versus this is like all over, streaming all over. So
it's the word salacious.
Salacious. I'm just blowing your mind today.
Yeah. Seriously, that's like this.
CCC?
That could be used in the same sentence as zaddy, and that would be R-rated.
He's a salacious zaddy.
I can't. We're done.
That's where we're finding you, a salacious zaddy.
Oh, I don't want that. Keep your salaciousness to yourself. Stay out of my life. I don't want no problems.
Oh God! All right, so people.
Give me a salacious dinner. Okay?
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
Some salacious food.
Delicious. Oh, salacious pasta.
Yum.
Anyway, God, what is
first day of school?
Oh yeah, big time. Anyway, so check us out on the Patreon and the future episodes, and keep checking us out on TikTok and on Instagram. I will keep on putting polls out there, like I did for this one, for you guys to vote on future episode topics and whatnot. So we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Bye. Like, comment, review us on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, etc.
Check us out on Instagram and TikTok at Funny Medicine Podcast. Our Gmail is at funnymedicine305@gmail.com. And remember, we are not diagnosing you.
Definitely not. Just funny stuff.
See you later, guys.